Google ups pressure on Canadian MPs. This episode of Today in News Tech is made possible with audio articles by ourhometown.com. Today we are highlighting an update from William Turvill at Press Gazette on Google's latest efforts against Canada's Online News Act. Colin McKay, who leads public policy and government relations for Google in Canada, wrote to every MP and senator to express his company's concerns about the legislation. Several of the claims in the letter have been made before and dismissed by news industry organizations in Canada and beyond. Here are the main takeaways. The proposed legislation would require Google to pay news publishers every time we connected you to their websites. It's like a restaurant owner demanding that taxi drivers pay them for the privilege of delivering diners to their door. As Turvill notes, in this analogy, Google is the only taxi service in town, finding fault with the lack of bargaining power held by publishers. Google is advocating for an alternative approach, similar to the Canada Media Fund model, which would essentially make the idea of payment for links or undue preference irrelevant, which would eliminate our main concerns with Bill C-18 as currently drafted. Smaller Canadian publishers have said that they are concerned about the unequal playing field Bill C-18 will create. The current legislation places the burden on smaller, independent publishers to negotiate their own collective agreements. In response to McKay's letter, Paul Deegan, Chief Executive of News Media Canada, says, "This legislation sets the table, allowing more publishers to conclude licensing deals so they can reinvest in their newsroom. That's good news for Canadian journalism and for our democracy."
Today in News Tech, the podcast covering innovation in digital journalism. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter and subscribe on YouTube or any of your favorite podcast apps. We'll see you tomorrow.
At our hometown, we help newspapers build WordPress websites, design native apps, and develop digital subscription models. If you are interested in a free prototype of your publication on WordPress, go to ourhometown.com and click the Contact Us button.